Welcome all of you. We will see the importance of foundation course in aptitude, quantitative aptitude, because we find that the quantitative aptitude tests, they involve knowledge of high school level mathematics. However, the maturity is of higher level. Rather, the intelligence which involves the maturity is being tested by high school level mathematics tool. Suppose you have full mastery over high school level mathematics, will not have a higher score in aptitude, but it will help you in getting higher score. Quantitative aptitude problems are used as tools to check the grasping power and speed of thinking. Like how fast you are able to grasp anything. What is your speed of thinking? Are you faster than your colleagues or so? Maturity is needed in analyzing the real life situation and converting it into a mathematical form which can be solved by high school mathematics. Foundation course will help in understanding commonly required mathematical concepts and procedures to solve the problems. Some concept may appear very trivial. However, the revision of fundamentals and building solid foundation definitely increases speed of solving the problem. In a quantitative aptitude examination of 30 minutes, if you lag behind by 1 minute, you realize that you lag behind by 2 to 3 marks, which involves that around 100 to 200 candidates must have gone above you. Now that is the importance of a 1 minute in a slot of 30 minutes. Moreover, the quantitative aptitude examination used mainly as an elimination process. Now why it is elimination process? Because in a pool campus, suppose 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 students appear, they apply for it. It is not possible for any company to take interview of 5,000 people. They don't have that much, experts available over there, and it's not worth interviewing 5,000 students. So what they do, they take an aptitude. Suppose in a pool campus there are 3,000 students. They will take an aptitude exam and reduce it to 5 to 10%. Say top 150 to 200 out of 3,000 are picked up in aptitude. Thus, the 3,000 lot, say 200 are picked up for group discussion and PI, means 2,800 are eliminated in this process. And suppose a student belongs to that 2,800, he will never get a chance to tell the interviewer about his plus and minuses. Let's see some illustrations. Look here. Now, from a tank of containing 40 liters of milk, 10 liters are drawn and replaced with water. Again 10 liters of the mixture is taken out, replaced with water. Find the ratio of milk to water in the resultant mixture. Suppose this is the question in an aptitude examination. How to go for it? There are two approaches. One is to understand the problem in a descriptive way, formulate it into mathematical form, and then solve with the high school level mathematics. Let's see how we formulate it. Now, total, for example, let's consider this as stage. Then we'll see milk, we'll see water, we'll see mixture, and we'll see ratio. Milk to water. We'll see ratio milk to water. Now, stage 1 is, say for example, initial. What is there in initial 1? Stage 1, in initial 1, what is there in initial 1? You find there is a 40 liter of milk, 0 water, so total 40, and milk is 40 and water is 0. 40 to 0 ratio. Now 10 liters of milk taken out. So this will become 30, water is 0, 30, and now the ratio is 30 to 0. No change, same liquid. But now when we pour water into it, 10 liters water added, this is subtracted. If 10 liter of water is added to it, milk will remain milk, but water is 10 liter. This plus this, 40. And now in this ratio, this is 40, this is 40. It is 40 milk, 0 water. Here it is 30 milk, 10 water. Now we take out 10 liters of liquid, 10 liters of mixture out of it. Now this liquid out of 40, 30 is milk. So 30 out of 40. So 3/4 is milk. Now when I take 10 liter out, in this 10 liter also 3/4 means 7.5 is milk. And therefore 7.5 milk is taken out, remaining is 22.5. In this 25% is water. 25% is 2.5 liter of water. If it is taken out, I'll get here 7.5. And the total is this plus this is 30, because from the 40, 10 is taken out. But now look here, in this 22.5 to 7.5 becomes the ratio. So 22.5 to 7.5 is the ratio. Now milk water ratio changes. Now if I express this ratio into 22.5 to 7.5 is 225 to 75 and divide it by 25, so I'll get here 9:3. Now you find here it was 40 to 0, here it is 30 to 10, so here it is, you will find 3/4 is milk and 10 is water. Now this particular thing is further added. Now we realize that problem here we will find, now here we add 10 liters of water to it, so plus 10 liters of water. Now what we have added? We have added water, so water will become 17.5 from 7.5, milk will remain as it is and total become 40, and the ratio here is 22.5 to 17.5. Look here, mixture 40, mixture 40, mixture 40. Ratio 40 is to 0. Ratio 30 is to 10. Ratio 22.5 to 17.5. Now this 22.5 to 17.5, I can make it 225 to 175. Divided by 25, I'll get 9:7. So milk to water ratio here is 9:7. What we have done? Understood the descriptive problem, formulate it, and then in a mathematical form we calculated the solution part of it. Let's see another illustration. Read it carefully and try to formulate on your own. Once you go for appropriate variables, perhaps you will be able to solve the problem. But mathematical formulation is utmost essential. Now let's see how we go about. Ram and Bharat can do a piece of work. Let the work contained in the piece of work be W. Let the work contained in the piece of work be W. Now, rate of doing work for Ram, he can finish W in R time. Now this is the work and this is the time. Now let's see, this is the time in days. And work may be any digging work or maybe any work involving the labor. So work content may be filling up the tank, maybe anything. Work requires R days. This is the Ram rate. And what is Bharat's rate? W upon B is a Bharat rate. So it's a B days he will require to complete it. Now, when both of them work together, we have a rate R plus B. So typically we find that R, how much time the Ram is requiring to do the work. Now we realize that the total work contained be W and the Ram requires 12 days to complete it. So R will be 12. But when both of them together join, they require 10 days. These things are given in the problem. Now question is, when Bharat alone does it, how much time it requires? When Bharat alone does it, he requires B days. And our aim is to find out the value of B. Now, once I formulate these three equations, descriptive problem which is given in the real life situation is converted to mathematical form in terms of variable R and B capital, those are rate of doing work, R and B small, those are the time required to do the work W. Now once these three equations are available, then we can solve these three equations simultaneously to get the desired thing. Like for example, this R I can replace by W by 12, this B I can replace by W by B is equal to W by 10. So we realize that this particular thing is having two variables, W and B, but one equation, so it can have multiple answers. However, W gets cancelled from all the corners. Divide both the sides by W, and what I get? I get 1 by 12 plus 1 by B is equal to 1 by 10. So it's a one equation, one unknown. We'll get unique solution. So 1 by B is equal to 1 by 10 minus 1 by 12. 1 by 10 minus 1 by 12. Now the LCM of this is 60. So 1 by 10, as LCM is 60, I'll put one more stage here. I can put it's as 6 by 60. 1 by 10 is 6 by 60. 1 by 12 is 5 by 60. So 60 ke common, 6 minus 5, 1. So answer is 1 by 60. 1 by B is 1 by 60, and therefore B is equal to 60 days. Look here, what is there? First step is formulation, then solution of simultaneous equation by substituting the value. So R equation value I have substituted here, B value I have substituted here. So substituting two equations, I got only one equation, and then while solving I required LCM, least common multiple of 10 and 12. So we require concept of simultaneous equation, we require concept of LCM, and formulation definitely require. So all the three things, how to formulate from real life situation, how to solve simultaneous equation, how to get LCM, will be dealt in this foundation course. The moment you are comfortable with all initial concepts, you realize that the speed of doing all this thing will be higher and you will get edge over others. Let's see few more illustrations. Okay, let us see the illustration, pipe and cistern. This is the real life application. Two pipes A and B can fill the tank in 30 hours and 40 hours respectively, while third pipe C can empty the tank in 50 hours. So two pipes filling in, one pipe C pipe draining out. For 10 hours, all the three pipes are on and the pipe C is closed after 10 hours. And pipe A and B are allowed to fill up the tank. And how much time they can fill up the tank after 10 hours is the question. So what we do, we will start with this. Let the capacity of tank be N liters. Now rate of everybody we will try to depict as, for example, let A be the rate of filling the tank for person A. So this will be L liters upon 30 hours, B will be L liters upon 40 hours, and C will empty the tank with a rate of L upon 50 hours. Now real life condition we have translated into mathematical form and now we will be solving it. What the next relationship is given, that A plus B minus C is running for 10 hours. A plus B filling the tank, C is emptying the tank, so minus for 10 hours. And then we find A plus B, C is closed, so A plus B is on for T hours. 3 taps are on for 10 hours, only 2 taps are on for T hours, and it fills the tank, so total capacity filled is L. Now we substitute the value of A. A is what? L by 30. B is what? L by 40. C is what? L by 50 into 10 plus A is what? L by 30. B is what? L by 40 into T is equal to L. Now L being common, I divide the entire equation by L, and what I get? 1 by 40, sorry, 1 by 30 plus 1 by 40 minus 1 by 50 into 10 plus 1 by 30 plus 1 by 40 into t is equal to 1. Now we are required to find out LCM of 30, 40, 50. Now we realize that LCM of 3, 4, 5 is 3 into 4, 12. Nothing common with 5. So LCM will be 12 into 5, 60. LCM of 3, 4, 5 is 60. So LCM of 30, 40, 50 is 600. Now this, how to get the LCM fast, will be discussed on the second day of the program, LCM and HCF. So, but if we know this, we can quickly get it. LCM of this is 600, LCM of this is 600. So, what we do? 1 by 30 I express as 20 by 600. 20 by 600, if I divide 20, 20, I'll get 1 by 30. 40. 40 I can replace by 600. It is 15 by 600. So if I divide up and down 15, 15, I'll get 1 here and I'll get 40 here. So exact equivalent I am putting here. And this into 10 into t. Again this is 20 by 600 plus 15 by 600. Now I'll just rub the upper part and we'll try to continue the solution of the problem above this. Now what happens? This becomes 20 plus 15 minus 12 upon 600 into 10. 20 plus 15 upon 600 into t is equal to 1. Now multiply entire thing by 600. I'll get 20 plus 15, 35 minus 12, 23. 23 into 10. 600 I am multiplying, so 600 will cut down. Plus 35t. 600 I multiply, I will get 600 here. Entire equation multiplied by 600. This 600 will cut down. This 600 will cut down. I will get 600 here. And 20 plus 15 minus 12 is 23. 20 plus 15 is 35. So we get simple one equation, one unknown. And I will get here 230 plus 35t is equal to 600. Again I will rub, get a clear space for our analysis, and we get 35t is equal to 600 by 23. Sorry, 600 minus 230 is equal to 370. So t is equal to 74 by 7 I am getting. So I will require 74 by 7 hours. So practically I will require 4 hours and 5 and something. Okay. So typically 10.5, approximately 10.5 hours I will be requiring to over and above the 10 hours. Initial 10 hours plus 10.5 hours will be required to complete fill up the tank under the given situation. Now look here, in this problem of the tank, what happens? Here the real life problem we have to convert into mathematical form, then we'll get a set of simultaneous equation. In order to solve the simultaneous equation, we may get some subtraction addition of the fractions. In order to do that, we have to make the denominators LCM. So concept of formulation, concept of simultaneous equation, and concept of LCM is there. So we have dedicated in this foundation course 1 day for LCM HCF, 1 day for simultaneous equation, 1 day for mathematical formulation to make you thorough in the respective ideas. Let's see further illustration. Let us see this illustration of a train problem. A train is running at 68 km per hour. Look here. This is the train A running at 68 km per hour. And another train, now the length of this train is L meter, and another train, its length is L by 3. It is 1/3. This is L, this is 1/3, but it is moving in opposite direction. This is train B, and its speed is 52 km per hour. Okay, now both the trains will cross each other. How much time the faster train will require to cross the slower train? Typically what happens when both the trains will cross each other, the situation will be that the faster train A will be on this side going here, and slower train B will be here going this side. So guard bogie of this and guard bogie of this will be closer. Now at this point we say that both the trains have crossed each other. So how much distance the guard bogie of A has crossed? It has crossed from this point to this point, and then it has gone ahead. It has gone ahead to this point. So guard bogie of A to guard bogie of B, the total distance is L plus L by 3, that is 4L by 3. 4L by 3 meters. I'll convert it into kilometers. 4L by 3000 kilometers. Now this entire thing they are covering in how much time? 20 seconds. So time 20 seconds is equal to 20 by 3600 hours. This length was in meter, I converted into kilometer. This time was in second, I converted into in hours. Now I am having length in kilometer, time in hour, and speed is 68 plus 52 because they are going in opposite direction. So together speed I have to consider. Now I'll rub this and try to reformulate the thing. A plus B speed, I'll get here 68 plus 52. I will not bother about units because unit of both of them is kilometer per hour, kilometer per hour. On the right hand side, distance upon time. Speed is what? Distance upon time. So I am getting speed is equal to distance upon time. The only thing that unit of speed, unit of distance, unit of time should match. Here the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. So here distance also should be in kilometer and time should be in hour. Distance I got converted into kilometers. It is 4L upon 3000. Time I got converted into hours. It is 20 upon 3600. So we are here. Now units are remote and simple proposition I am getting. So this plus this is 120 is equal to 4L upon 3000 divided by 20 upon 3600. Now we'll simplify it quickly. This will be equal to 4L upon 3000. Cross multiplication we get reverse way. Dividing by 20 by 3600 is multiplying by 3600 divided by 20. I just reverse it. Okay. Now once it is obtained, 4 by 3000 I'll get L upon 750, dividing 4 to this both sides. By 20 I divide, 0 will cut down, 360 by 2 I'll get 180 is equal to 180 by 750 L, and therefore this 750 is 120. 750 I multiply to this, 180 I divide it to this. Okay, or I'll further simplify this as well. 0 will cut down, 18L upon 75 divided by 3, 6L upon 25. So 120 is equal to 6L upon 25. So L will be equal to 120 into 25 upon 6, and therefore I'll get here 120 upon 6 is 20 into 25 is equal to 500. As L I had taken in meter is 500 meter. So what is the length of the faster train? 500 meter. What is the length of the slower train? 500 by 3, L by 3. The problem is not over here. The faster train is passing through a tunnel. Faster train is passing through a tunnel. Now let us analyze the situation. For that we have to visualize how the situation will be. Now, the faster train, this is the train A, having length of 500 meter, having speed of 68 km per hour. Okay, length of 500 meter and speed of 68 km per hour. Okay, now this is passing. Now this is passing through a tunnel. Now tunnel may be a bigger one, and tunnel may have a length T. Tunnel may have a length T, and the train is passing through this, and the train is having length L. We already obtained the value of L as 500. Okay, this is passing. When we say that train has passed through the tunnel, when only engine of the train is passing, no, the guard bogie has to cross the tunnel. So guard bogie has to move from this point to this point, which is the length of the train, and this point to this point, and then the train will come like this. When guard bogie of the train is coming over here from this point, okay, we say that train has completely passed. So total distance traveled by the train, will be the length of the train plus length of the tunnel. Now let's consider length of the tunnel is also in meters. Okay, so total distance traveled, I get speed is equal to distance upon time. Speed of the train is given 68 km per hour. Distance I am having L plus T, both of them in meter, so divided by 1000. So this is the distance I am having in kilometer. And now it is given that how much time it requires to cover. Let's see the problem. Now it covers a minute. In a minute, it passes through the tunnel in a minute. Minute means I will get 1 minute divided by 60, because I would like to convert this 1 minute also into hours. Look here, L plus T both are in meter, so divided by 1000, I got converted into kilometer. 1 minute was there, I divided by 60, so 1 by 60 hour. Now I am having kilometer per hour on both sides, and now I am ready to handle the numerical. 68, only numbers I will handle, is equal to L plus T upon 1000 divided by 1 by 60. Kilometer per hour will go down, is equal to L plus T upon 1000 multiplied by 60 by 1. Dividing by 1 by 60 is multiplying by 60 by 1, and we get here okay, and therefore I will get L plus T is equal to 68 was here, it is multiplied by 1000, it is divided by 60, is equal to L plus T. So what I will get? 68,000 by 60 is equal to 6800 by 6. Now here I am getting it is L plus T is 6800 by 6. Let us try to once again put it. L plus T is 6800 by 6, but L is 500 plus T is equal to 6800 by 6. Okay. Now we simplify. Take 500 on that side. I will get T is equal to 6800 upon 6 minus 500 by 1. I will get 6 as LCM. 6800 minus 3000. What I have done? 6 and 1 LCM is 6. So I am multiplying by 6. So 500 by 1 I am putting as 3000 by 6. Is it clear? Or I will just put it into 2 steps. I will put it into 2 steps. 500 by 1 I express as 3000 by 6, and therefore 6800 minus 3000. So T will be 3800 divided by 6. T will be 3800 divided by 6. Now divided by 6, how much we get? 20 and 3. And therefore we find the length of the tunnel is 633 0.33. Now, what we understand by this? We understand by this that trains are given going in both sides. So problem is having two subpart. One is the comparison of the faster train with slower train. We compare it and find out the length of the train. And second part is that train is covering going through the tunnel. Length of the train is 500 meter and length of the tunnel is T. So total distance is traveled by the faster train with 68 km per hour, and then we are required to find out the length of the train. You understand? The real life problem which is given, it is having different connotation. Mathematical formulation involves clear concept and understanding. I am explaining this in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You understand? You have to think this in 2 minutes. How it is possible? You have to do lot of practice, and therefore the foundation course will help you in understanding what you are supposed to do as a preparation for quantitative aptitude. Because simply saying that problem appears to be a high school problem, that will not serve your purpose. You must be able to solve that high school problem, where perhaps the high school level person may require 5 minutes or 6 minutes. You may be required to make it in 2 minutes, 120 seconds. If you can make it in 100 seconds, still better. If you can crack it in 45 seconds, still better. So it's a question of competition second by second. If you save 1 minute in one domain, you can solve all the problems, and correctness also will be there. So this is typically you'll find the illustration will show. We are through with the illustrations. Just check it. See the solution. Solution gives everything. And now, with this, we will begin with the foundation course. Once you understand the concept and the importance of the foundation course in quantitative aptitude, you will do it very seriously. Some of you sometime may feel it's a very trivial one. Such a simple numericals are there. What is there to be learned in that? No, do not take it lightly. If you are really through with the concept, can you do in 60 seconds? Can you do in 40 seconds is a challenge. You compete with yourself, give challenge to yourself, and see to it that you beat your performance, past performance by the present performance, and aspire to beat your present performance by your future performance. All the best to all of you. Thank you.